Why'd they have to go and make it 6'5" though? What up, my good people, and welcome back for a brand new episode. In this episode, we're about to kick back and watch creepy and bizarre TikToks. With all that being said, let's jump right back into it.
Get out of the way, get out of the way. Get out! Get out! Get her out of there! Get her out! Get her out, dude! Get her out! Anybody else in there? Anybody else in there? No! Get back from the truck! Get back! Get back! Hold that! Hold that! Okay, relax, 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 relax. We got you. We got you. Anybody else in there?
No.
Help me carry over
No.
here.
Help me.
Go.
Help me.
Get away from the truck.
Help me.
You good, man? Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm glad you're here, brother. Bro, I was just going to work. Right here's good. Right here's good. All right. Hey, where you hurt? Where you hurt?
I can't imagine how scary that must have been. Thank goodness for all the people that were there to help out.
These 3 orb sightings spotted around Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. What's going on in Pennsylvania to get so many orb sightings? Is there like a UFO base, an alien base somewhere near? Why do we get such sightings around the same area? Take a look at these other sightings.
I am in Pennsylvania, and there is one of the What? Oh my god. What is that?
I got shocked it was dumb.
Look at the alien invasion, y'all.
There's no alien invasion.
Yes, it is an alien invasion. What is it? Look at them. They moving in circles at the top. See, the formation on the right, and then they got another formation in the middle, and another formation on the left.
Aliens.
What?
A water main break caused this surreal scene of cars trapped in ice in southwest Detroit. And now nearly 300 people may have to spend weeks in hotels as the city cleans up their neighborhood. A massive 100-year-old steel pipe ruptured around 2 a.m. on Monday, when temperatures were already well below freezing. We're talking 21 degrees. More than 250 homes were either flooded or lost power, and residents had to be rescued by boats. City officials called it one of the worst water main breaks in recent history.
For all the people that are stuck in this horrible situation, I'ma pray for you.
It's all flooded, guys. Look at that.
Did you hear about the cops in Invasive, the school shootings?
It's all underwater. Like, I'm on the roof of the fucking, look at my poor car.
Having a full conversation in waist-deep water is crazy.
Why in the Cadillac Lyric is the rear view mirror so close and like confrontation? Like these are the people behind me. I'm just having a full-on conversation with them. I'm in the same car as them at this point. What? Oh my god! This feels so invasive. What the hell? Cadillac, what were you thinking? This is so invasive. I'm just trying to look at my rear view and I get this.
Has anyone else noticed that so far in 2025, there's been a lot of end-time prophecies taking place? Just to start, I recently made a video talking about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and the first horseman is the horseman of conquest, which sole purpose is to go out and conquer people and nations. And since Trump's inauguration, he's already signed an executive order changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America, is seriously trying to convince Canada to become the 51st state, and has made it very clear that he intends on purchasing Greenland, which to me sounds like conquering or the spirit of conquering. Over in Peru and Argentina, 2 rivers thousands of miles apart turned blood red at the same time and nobody knows why. And to top it all off, scientists are keeping a close eye on an asteroid because the chances of it hitting Earth has doubled. People are already talking about how they think this asteroid may be wormwood, which if you don't know, is the same wormwood in the Bible that turns 1/3 of the water bitter. Now this obviously doesn't mean that the Book of Revelation events are happening now, but there are some very interesting similarities when you look at the Book of Revelation and what's happening today.
Something very strange is happening on our planet.
What is this, y'all? These things are moving really, really fast. No planes.
Top story, Santa Barbara. 10,000 acres of wooded residential land were scorched in an instant when a laser cannon aboard the Strategic Defense Peace Platform misfired today for routine startup test. Casey?
Yes, it was a day of mourning for the families of 113 people known dead at this hour. Among them, 2 former United States presidents who had retired in the Santa Barbara area. A day of mourning for a country.
Police union representatives and OCP continue negotiations today in hopes of averting a citywide strike by police.
80s movies are becoming reality right before our eyes.
You want to call it a theory, but it lines up with everything. So even with Mountain Dew, every time, and that's the thing, not every flavor correlates with every event, but it seems to be like every time they make a big push with a certain flavor, it correlates with a certain event. So they had a flavor back in 2001 called Code Red. 3 months later, 9/11 happens. That's a Code Red. Maui bursts. That's a flavor. 3 months later, guess what happens?
Fires in Maui.
Fires in Maui. Francis Scott Key Bridge, okay? Why did they have a flavor that released last year called Star Spangled Splash? Now, who wrote the Star Spangled Banner? Francis Scott Key. So every time something happens, these flavors that they push out, and sometimes they're new flavors or they re-release them. They even had a flavor called Pitch Black, and I told people to watch for it. Then the IT thing
Everything
happened.
shut down.
That shut down. One big blackout.
Yep.
What is happening? Why does it feel like this? How come everything feels all...
You ever feel like something's just off? Like the world is glitching and no one really knows why?
Everyone is all... And the whole world just feels kind of... I'm having trouble coming up with the words, but does that make any sense?
All right, let's talk about it. Because everyone is feeling this. It's not just stress. It's not just burnout. It's this deep, unshakable sense that something big is coming. Some call it existential dread. Others think it's just the aftershock of the past few years. But there's this strange energy in the air. Holidays felt off. Nothing feels real. And time is speeding up. Even people who never believed in this kind of thing are noticing it. So what is it? A shift in energy? A collective burnout? Or are we actually living in the last season of reality?
I see nothing wrong with this man, as he is. That is one handsome face, if I do say so myself. Strong-ass chin, but handsome nonetheless. This is him, 99, still consistent. This is him, he probably fucked up just now, but still, he looks fine, so it's okay. Around 2008, everybody started to get suspicious. I know that's his hair texture, but he combed it back like he don't put a conch in it. In 2009, he started identifying as a semi-Caucasian man. I'm talking complete image transformation, so look at him down there. That's May of 2009. Befuddled. He put the world in a chokehold with this one. He would not let up. Yo, he had foots on their necks. He's determined to be this white man. This is who he is now. This is baffling. This is a different type of midlife crisis.
People all over the world are clowning us. No wonder America been trying to keep us sheltered. You see the architecture of China's buildings? You go anywhere and look at the architecture of these people's buildings. Look how their cities look. Look how their country look. We pay taxes. Why shit don't look like that? And let's not talk about their cars. I seen a car yesterday that was 41,000 US dollars. Electric car that you can drive to work, you can get out the car, go and work, and the car will go home and park itself. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And then there's cell phones. Why you think they don't want their cell phones over here? Like iPhones and Galaxies, that shit. These shits is trash. The cell phones is way more advanced than ours. Everything is way more advanced. What's going on? They open up Pandora's box with this shit. I'm glad we seen retinal. Why is the whole world saying that we are a third world country with a Gucci belt? A third world country with a Gucci belt. I'm out.
They're living like the Jetsons and we're living like the Flintstones. What the
One of the first original public clones was Michael Jackson.
What?
Yes. So if you take a look at Michael Jackson, right? Oh, he had plastic surgery. This is why they're making plastic surgery really popular, quote unquote, because they can basically deduce, oh, the celebrity had plastic surgery. It's not a clone, it's plastic surgery. That's why they look different, right? So Michael Jackson was their first sort of test run for cloning, and specifically the reason why they replaced him with a clone was because he was saying too much.
I'm glad she's getting the help that she needs, but man, how can anyone let it get this bad?
You can control those helicopters remotely. You don't have to have pilots.
No, bullshit.
Yeah, you can.
You can fly a helicopter remotely.
Yes. They use artificial intelligence now not just to fly helicopters, but also to fly jets. And when they use jets that are controlled by artificial intelligence versus jets that are controlled by the best pilots we have, the jets controlled by artificial intelligence win dogfights 100% of the time. So here it is. Black Hawk remote control demos have been performed by Sikorsky Aircraft and Lockheed Martin to demonstrate the ability to remotely control a Black Hawk helicopter. These demos have shown the potential for autonomous flight and the ability to perform missions without a pilot.
I don't know what's going on in DC, but something is definitely going on in DC. As you can see behind me, these are all homes being sold abruptly. This is not just regular people selling their homes either. This is politicians. God, that's not even the weirdest part though. Look what they've been searching up as of late in DC. One being immunity. Why would they be looking for immunity? Why is that the #1 search in DC? What is going on, y'all? Also, they're searching up this too. Extradition. Why would they be looking that up? Look at the spike in those searches, y'all. Look, it go whoop. They also been searching this up. 8 non-extradition countries in 2025. It seems to me that they trying to get up out of here. They trying to abruptly relocate and not look to come back or have someone bring them back. They must be running for some real serious shit. We all know that some sealed documents is finna be unsealed. And these people must got some crazy
We have breaking news right now coming out of Toronto. There has been yet another plane crash, this time involving a Delta plane traveling to Toronto from Minneapolis. This is the first image from the Toronto airport. It looks as though the plane was landed upside down. According to a statement from Toronto's airport, Toronto Pearson is aware of an incident upon landing involving a Delta Airlines flight arriving from Minneapolis. Emergency teams are responding. All passengers and crew are accounted for. That is a new statement that was released. It looks like the plane landed upside down or skidded off or something happened. We don't really know. This was a Delta CRJ 900. Details are really scant right now. We don't know whether there are any casualties. Hopefully there are none. Hopefully everyone was able to exit safely. I'm going to do a full breakdown of this and more on my Substack shortly, so subscribe for free at the link in my bio. It is extremely concerning that this is yet another plane crash in 2025, this time involving a Delta plane coming from Minneapolis to Toronto. And it happened on the runway in Canada. I'll provide you updates as soon as we get more information, so be sure to follow along for more.
I have heard that Toronto weather right now is whew, but still, this is not normal. Something has got to be happening.
This is St. Petersburg, Florida, and this tombstone was erected in 1980 because there is the scariest bridge, what's known, in all of Florida, maybe even in all the world, you guys. That is the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. I'm about to go over that, but I wanted to show you this angle because why is there nobody swimming out here, you guys? You have maybe like one person boating out here. It's a beautiful day. It is a Saturday, and I'll tell you why there's no one out here boating or fishing or swimming. There should be somebody on the back of that right now doing flips and fun stuff. I would, but I know the truth, so maybe not. The reason why there's no one out here is because there are tens and tens, if not hundreds and hundreds of bull sharks, you guys. And not only bull sharks, if you were on that bridge, what would you do if you ran out of gas? That's what's known to be maybe the longest bridge in the US history.
Flock cameras are the main thing that law enforcement uses now to catch criminals. That's what it is. As clear as I can say it. What we'll do is I'll put a picture of a flock camera on this so that you'll see it. But they're everywhere. Once you see this thing, you're going to realize that you see them everywhere. It is a camera that is positioned to capture your license. That's what a flock camera is. But these cameras capture more than your license. They can capture the interior of your vehicle as you drive by these cameras, especially the positioning of the camera. And it's legal. And so what happens is this camera captures your tag. And when it captures your tag, it's able to detect where your vehicle has been anywhere in the United States where there are flock cameras. If you're in Georgia and you travel to New York, every time your vehicle tag gets captured by a flock camera, it is entered into a database and they're able to track it.
Get those cameras to flock out of here. Since they're watching everything, it'd be nice if they could find the missing children.
I was in a whole rabbit hole about it, right? And I was like, okay, maybe a coincidence, whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna look up what was the first chip they ever created. That chip was called Sycamore. If you look that up, that's also a tree, the Sycamore tree. That's also associated with witchcraft and magic. It even goes on to say that it was a sacred tree that connected the underworld, earth, and heaven.
Y'all, am I tripping? Like, what in the ice cubes today was a good day, GTA? Like, is this a Goodyear blimp? Bro, when was the last time y'all... Bruh, this is about to have me crash out and have an existential crisis, because when was the last time I did not have Goodyear blimp on my 2025 bingo card? Am I tripping? Am I crazy? When was the last time y'all seen a Goodyear blimp? What is happening? Like, this is not a good year. This is not.
What in the 2005 do we got going on here?
Do you see? Do you see?
November 16 of 2024, a school teacher stands outside of his class while struggling to remain calm.
Only a few minutes ago, he was just inside setting up decorations for his class when he had to stop and immediately walk out after seeing something that made him jump out of his skin. Now, the school that he teaches at doesn't really have a history of paranormal occurrences, but the students there would often make up stories and rumors about the school being haunted, specifically by a student who used to go there. Whether or not this student actually existed remains a mystery, but tonight, after encountering what just happened, he no doubt believes that his class is haunted, if not the whole school. It appears that someone is sitting at a desk towards the back of the class while facing the board in front of it. Now, just for reference, this is what it usually looks like when there isn't someone occupying a seat. Nothing stands out because clearly nothing is there.
Oh, hell no. I'd be dipping out of that classroom immediately after that.
Even on the Jeffrey Epstein case, like, what's suggesting government involvement here?
What do you mean? What do you mean what's suggesting?
Like, what part of the Jeffrey Epstein case is like, oh my God, the government is like playing a part in this?
Well, the fact that he had ties to the Mossad and the CIA, and that when they raided his home, he had his face and about, 6 different passports? Who can issue passports?
For when we look at Epstein, right? Epstein was a billionaire, right?
Why was he a billionaire?
Why? Because of trading or whatever he did? I'm not totally sure.
No, that's the question. Nobody knows why him
I don't know
or his
why,
brother
yeah, but there's like
had
a
billions
million
of
different...
dollars.
Sure. There's lots of people where I don't know how they made their money, but to fill in the gaps of all of this with some...
No, you should always know how
conspiracy.
somebody became a billionaire. That's like a very easy thing. Like, somebody shouldn't just be like, I became a billionaire and you have no idea how. Like,
I'm sure there are tons of people who are
like,
billionaires
I sold a product, you know why Elon Musk has money, you know why Jeff Bezos has money. You should not say we can't connect the dots on how this person became a billionaire that was able to purchase an island.
The filings aren't always going to be public, that like, oh, well, I can figure out exactly why this person became a billionaire. If they don't work in like public traded companies or something, how will you ever know?
Did you actually look into the Epstein case, or are you just, because I can't tell right now if your thing is just to be contrarian?
Okay, hold on.
No, I'm being serious. No, I'm asking you because it seems like you're just like, whatever your position is, I'm going to take the opposite and I'm going to say something really quickly and try to say, well, how do we know? And it's like, that's actually quite boring.
Sure, I
You know what I
understand.
mean? Like,
So
it's like, dude, like, let's actually have a real conversation because tons of stuff is happening right now. A lot of stuff is being exposed, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are, for the first time, able to grasp a theory that finally makes sense, right? It finally makes sense. It makes sense that there is a blackmail ring operating in D.C. because we don't understand why we keep sending our politicians to D.C. and then it's like they completely serve anybody other than the American people. You're looking
prison
at
where
the
he
Diddy
supposedly got
thing
killed
and you're
and everything,
realizing how many artists have stood up and said this exact same thing was going on. Now you have somebody that has filed something with proof saying it's going on.
Being alive in 2025 is exhausting. There's evidence of parallel universes. We are basically living in idiocracy. We are living to see a lot of people that were called tinfoil hatters or conspiracy theorists to be actually correct about quite a lot. Actually, quite a lot. Oh my God. Aliens are real. I mean, the idiocracy thing is really what's tickling me lately. But we still have to clock in tomorrow. Yep. Cool.
Oh, it's a cult. It's a cult. This is Scientology. You don't want anything to do with this place. This is Scientology. They're trying to... There you go. Just get out of there. Don't give them your information. Don't give them your information. They sent you out the side door. What happened?
She was like, we'll send you at the side door and shit. We just wanted to go in because we know it's a cult. Right?
You know it's a cult.
So I was like, I just want to know like what type of shit they even have in there. Like,
so you're familiar with that?
Oh yeah, I've seen all the.
Yeah, well, I mean, so were they outside or were you guys walking?
No, we were just like, we just wanted a pamphlet so that we could read their bullshit.
Did you ever take their personality test?
No.
I took it online.
Oh yeah.
And it says I don't need them. I'm the only person they ever said that doesn't say I don't need them.
That's funny as shit.
Hey, this guy's famous. Better pay your respect.
Of course.
Word.
I feel like I've seen videos like that.
That door closing was some top tier cinema.
Remember when I told you guys that there are certain things you pay attention to, things that you can't ignore, that kind of confirms the validity of all of this? I remember that it was probably about 6 months ago now that I was doing this, but we talked about rumours on Liverpool Street, which is basically the British version of Wall Street, and now Wall Street as well. We had Carl Nell at the SALT conference, which was held in New York last year, announcing this stuff is real, and they're here, and they've always been here. And now we've got this, and this is from the Financial Times. Get ready to keep your hats on, this is wild. Tuttle Capital has filed to invest in reverse-engineered alien technology with the Tuttle Capital UFO Disclosure AI-powered exchange-traded fund, which is one of 8 new products the manager has registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission regulatory filings show. With the ticker UFOD, that's its ID, I guess, the actively managed UFO Disclosure AI-powered ETF will invest at least 80% of its net assets in a basket of companies that Tuttle Capital believes have potential exposure to advanced or reverse-engineered tech. Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin, all those other guys. There's a lot more. I did a video on this, remember? And I was speculating too. I wasn't going off evidence. I was saying, I hypothesize this, and look what we're seeing here now. Yeah. So 80% of its net assets in a basket of companies that Tuttle Capital believes have potential exposure to advanced or reverse-engineered alien technology, spurred by disclosures about UFOs and alleged advanced technologies, the registration statement reads. Those companies will include aerospace groups and defense contractors that may have research and development programs rumored to work with classified technology, potentially leading to groundbreaking advancements, the filing says. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about Matthew Tuttle in this brief paragraph here. It says, Matthew Tuttle, chief executive of Tuttle Capital, said he had been interested in UFOs, unidentified flying objects, for years. While there are, by definition, an unknown quantity, Tuttle said he believed investing in UFOs and the technology that they may use could take off once his product hits the market. Now, here's the function. This is why they're doing this. The ETF will short companies that are threatened or could be made obsolete because of any alien level technology that is discovered, its registration states. So remember when I told you guys before about what the motor car did to the horse and cart industry? It decimated it over a period of 12 months. It was destroyed. That's what this is going to do. That's why they're keeping a lid on it, and that is why they don't want this to transition over to this stuff, is because it makes everything we use right now completely obsolete.
Check your Bibles, guys. When's the Antichrist supposed to show up? Because I think we just met him. And now I know that all of you thought it might be Donald sitting up there in the White House, and he was the harbinger of doom, and we were all going to perish. But I think we have a new player in the game. So X made his debut at the White House yesterday, X-Musk, Elon's son, and he told the president to shush his mouth. And you're not the president, you need to go. Apparently also said the F word. I missed that, but I hope he did. First of all, got to tell you, he was giving me Prince Louis vibes, naughty little kid, playing up for the cameras, but like evil twin version. The worry is, Prince Louis, X, and even Baron Trump are the next generation. These are the power kids that are going to be ruling the world. Now, if that doesn't scare the shit out of you, I don't know what will. But little X was giving off some severe Damien from the Omen vibes. Here's a picture of X pictured outside the White House yesterday, posing on the lawn for the cameras. Tell you what, it's got me genuinely worried. I'm an atheist, but I'm about to find Jesus.
Honestly, there's a lot of candidates at this point. I've heard like Obama, Donald Trump, the Pope, Mr. Beast, Elon Musk.
One of the things I find most striking is the presence of Antarctica on ancient maps, because we didn't discover it until 1820, and yet it's on maps drawn in the 1500s with great detail, which again were based on much older source maps that have now been lost to us. Astonishing thing is the so-called Pinkerton world map. I don't know if you can find it, Jamie. Drawn, I think, in 1813 or 1818, based on the latest exploration data at that time. And where Antarctica is, yeah, that one, keep going right. It just shows a hole where Antarctica is. Because it was an honest map.
Guys, I don't know how many times I have to say this to you, but you're sounding insane. There is no way for us to look back, maybe at the body language, maybe how many times someone hung out, or the fact that Kelly is only 19 in this photo. It's not like Kelly was seen around many very young artists that we know are connected to some really dark things in Hollywood. It's not like Sharon herself has said some really questionable things on her MTV show, which just so happens to be the same network as Diddy and Ashton had shows. You guys are really reading into this too much. I'm telling you right now, stop comparing Paris Hilton to J-Lo, always lurking in the background. There is no way that all of these people are handlers. Are you guys okay? And it's definitely not like Naomi Campbell has deep ties with many, many, many leaders in the world, and that those things might be connected to other things. Cuckoo! This does not add up to this over and over and over and over again. Go to bed.
That's so cool. What?
It was an accident.
How are they alive?
They just the heat from them swimming around didn't.
What?
Everything else froze around them.
You literally have an aquarium in your hands.
I know.
That should be a thing in a restaurant.
You couldn't even remake that if you tried. They're gonna run out of oxygen.
I know.
soon?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I'm not recording.
How is he holding the ice with his bare hands for so long? That's what I want to know.
Remember, mercury is a living substance. It's just like water. And red mercury, when you put it in front of a mirror, you won't see the reflection. If you take mercury and you spin it in a circle like this, you create voltage. This is what, when you look at the old world buildings, the cathedrals, they had these orbs up on top of these cathedrals. Those orbs can contain mercury, and they're brass on the outside or gold on the outside. They're iron on the inside, and they got mercury in the center. And what would happen is if a lightning strikes or the bell would ring, you would get a spiral, which would take place, and you got free electricity simply by just a little bit of mercury. Now, mercury in the mouth is a different story. What about red mercury? That's a great one. So red mercury is mercury mixed with iron oxide. Remember, mercury is a living substance. That's what it is. It's just like water. So when you mix mercury with iron, it'll actually put it together. It won't eat it, but it will put it together. And that's where the whole red mercury comes from. And red mercury, when you put it in front of a mirror, you won't see the reflection, which is really fascinating. It's invisible, is what's really cool. Now, if you take mercury and mix it with other metals, it will begin to eat them.
I actually had a red mercury at one point. Damn thing wouldn't start.
Rufus, come here. Rufus. Get Rufus down here. He gonna line him the fuck out. Hear him, he's coming. Yeah, you fucked up now. Come on, Rufus. Come on. I didn't want to have to yell for him, Redford. But I'm not running tree to tree this morning. Getting fucked up now. Everybody's worried about you getting hurt. You're gonna run me behind a tree. Thank you, Rufus. Here. Rufus, here. 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 Here you go. Thank you, son. Okay. Thank you. Rufus will protect me for one oatmeal cream.
I love how he responded back like, "I'm coming, dear." But yo, I thought she was massive until big old Rufus popped out. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up here. Thanks for watching the episode. Before you roll out, be sure to like and subscribe. And down in the comments, be sure to let me know what you think about these TikToks. Alright, take care out there, my good people, and I'll see you in the next episode.